It's the Funny Comics Fan Club.
Hello, everybody.
That's good.
Did you like that?
That's good.
That was good, wasn't it?
I thought you were going to say hello and welcome to.
Oh, God, no. Why did I say that?
That's old-fashioned.
That's terrible.
That's gone
Just
out
hello,
with the
everybody.
arc.
Yeah, that's doing that.
That's gone out with social media. That's completely finished.
I was doing my podcast voice as well. Did you notice? Hello, everybody.
That's a dead ringer for Leonard Parkin. Just put that in there for anyone who was alive. When
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Talking of, well, we weren't talking about
anything. We should say who we are first, I believe.
Okay, I'll allow you to go first as ever.
That's very kind of you. Thank you. I'm Dr. Mark Hibbett. Hello.
Hello. Oh, you weren't just talking to me then, were you?
I wasn't talking to you at all.
Oh, okay. I am not Dr. John Dredge. Hello.
Oh, hello.
I was talking to
You
you.
were. I can see what you're not getting. See, this is why we should have done this as a YouTube video, like the influencers do.
Exactly.
Because then the listeners will be also viewers, and they know that you were gesturing to me.
Yeah. Well, they'll just have to use what's left of their imaginations.
Imagine John gesturing to me, not like that, madam.
Thank you.
And you'll have the full picture. And this is the Funny Comics Fan Club.
Oh yeah. Good point.
But we don't need to say that because the theme tune has already said that.
The theme tune, the best jingle, awarded best jingle by everybody except Apple Podcasts.
Yes.
Your jingle.
No one likes to go on about it.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Now, what are we talking about?
A lot of people have asked that.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Well, today we're talking about school fun.
School fun. Never have those two words been together before.
Contradiction in terms.
I thought so.
Number 23.
Yes.
But how many were there?
There were 33.
So this is almost the end.
This is almost in, and also nearly the beginning. Now, John, using your skill and judgment and your knowledge of these things, can you possibly guess what comic School Fun was merged with after its 33rd issue? Can you possibly guess?
Buster.
It was Buster. It's always Buster, yeah.
I'm amazed that, by this stage, Buster wasn't 1,000 pages an episode, an issue.
That was basically it, though. There were no strips in it anymore. It was just Buster incorporating, and then it was all.
There was 50 different comics, yeah.
Everything, yeah.
And Buster himself was madly trying to get in, waved away by Andy Cappy's dad. So School Fun, number 23, 17th of March, if you're listening at home, which I presume you are. 17th of March, 1984. That's the important bit. The rest is trivial.
So this is quite late for us, isn't it? Because I don't think either of us are reading this sort of comic in 1984.
I would have been 14, so I don't know. I might have still been having a quick look at something or other, but maybe not School Fun.
Not School Fun.
I mean, I was sick to death of school by 14.
Yeah. Looking for fun.
It was 18p as well.
It was 18p, yeah.
One of the most expensive comics we've looked at.
So not the most expensive one.
I mean, I know one of the most expensive ones was the 5 shillings one we had from 1969. Wasn't that TV comic or something?
Well, 5 shillings will be 25 pence in the new money, John. So I don't think it was 5. It was 5 old pence, I think.
5 old pence. Ah, okay.
See, this is why you've turned up wearing a barrel around yourself and nothing else, because you have no money, because people just conned you with this old money conversion game.
Well, that's why I think we should have a Patreon page.
It's a bit late for that, isn't it?
Oh, blimey. Too late.
Too late for Patreon.
Look at this. So, School Fun.
Oh, yeah, look at this.
I mean, I've never heard of it.
The only reason I'd heard of it was because my good friend, Mr. Paul Marland, hello, Millage, said, are you going to be doing School Fun? Because his little brother, who was 11, and he still is 11, as far as I'm aware, he used to get this one. That's the only time I've ever heard of School Fun.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I didn't know anything about this, and after reading it, I still don't.
And it's got a brilliant cover, hasn't it? Because the cover is done by David Mostyn, who's one of the people who's coming along at this time. That we've
I like him. I used to like him because he did KBR in some other comic.
Yeah, he did.
Kids Band Radio, because I remember liking that.
And it's a wraparound cover.
What a good! I like that idea.
It's great, isn't it? And it's full of jokes, which is a brilliant idea.
It is. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't sure about just having one, in inverted commas, joke on the front and nothing else. So I would have liked the whole thing to have been full of stuff.
Yeah.
In a Leo Baxendale sort of way.
Yeah.
But, so the cover didn't really grab me, but the back cover I really like because it's lots and lots of silly things going on.
Yeah. And I love the fact it's one of the greatest tropes that we always see in these. No, not class war, not a balloon that can float.
Slap up feet?
Not a slap up feed, no. It's a country person laughing at the stupidity of town folk. Townies trying to milk our bull, says the young man on the front cover.
I remember we did a whole dramatisation of one of those.
Country Cousin.
Yeah, went off for hours, that one. I hope you enjoyed it, listeners.
Still available to listen to if you wish to go back into the archives.
Yes, if you wish to go back into the past. And that's what we do now.
That's what we're doing now.
1984, right, music lovers?
Excellent segue there. Don't enjoy that enormously.
It says here the best comic in the country because it's referring to the fact that the joke takes place in the countryside.
Oh, it does. And also, it's probably one of the only comics left in the country at this point.
Yes, exactly.
It could have just said better than Buster and the Beano, and that would have covered it as well.
It gets off to an inauspicious start, I think we should say.
Yeah, there's a strip called Junior Ed on the inside page.
Junior Ed is the first strip. But can I just say, how many other podcasts really will use the word inauspicious? Now, you need some sort of PhD in comics to understand this, don't you?
Yeah, so the idea appears to be that the lead character Junior Ed, his father is an editor.
His father is an editor, so he's the editor of School Fun Comics.
Yes, which draws us back to this great idea of getting so many comics where the characters are not only aware that they're in a comic, but have some power over the comic as well. I've done extensive research on this,
Yeah.
and what they're discussing, John, is the results of the rib tickling register, where there was a competition in the comic, and readers could pick out of a range of new stories. The readers could pick which one will be a continuing story. So we've seen this before. This happened in Whoopee, I think, as well. There've been other times when this has happened. If you don't know that had happened, you wouldn't have a faintest idea what's going on in this.
I didn't have the faintest
Well,
idea.
there you go. You proved my point. It's just the results of the competition are being announced in this storyline.
But the competition had been running for the last 6 or 7 weeks, I presume.
I think there were 3 or 4.
Oh, okay.
But obviously, because of the lead times of comics, it was probably a couple of months ago that actually happened.
How incredibly complicated.
Well, yes, it sounds like it is, isn't it?
So the one that's got in is someone called Willie Won'ty.
That's correct.
And there is absolutely no mention of Willie Won'ty in the rest of the comic.
It seems like a lost opportunity, doesn't it?
He's not in it.
He's not in it.
They've chosen him to be in it.
Yes.
Sad to say, he ain't.
He ain't.
No.
And that's like
Il n'y a pas dans la comique. I can't put it any clearer than that.
Or in any other language, I don't think.
I'm afraid I just can't.
No,
Sorry.
No. But the thing is, there's only 10 issues of this comic left.
They've got to get their skates on.
Yeah, and that's 10% of his possible appearances gone. Although he did go into Buster, so Willie Won'ty continued on into Buster. So there's still news there.
They have been. They in the end they are all amalgamated into Buster.
There we go.
So we come to this particular strip that you wanted to have a look at.
Softy Sir.
You wanted to have. I stress that you wanted to have a look at it.
This was lovely. So Softy Sir is drawn by the great Jim Petrie, who I love, who drew used to many of the mates, and it turns out, to my surprise, drew quite a few other strips that I wasn't aware that he drew. And Softy Sir is a brilliant strip about a teacher who's a bit soft. And in fact, he's basically a bit posh, isn't he? Because
he's a bit camp.
He's also very camp, isn't he? Yes, but he's drawn in a way like he's got a bow tie.
He's almost like Larry Grayson.
He's very Grayson-esque, isn't he? He's Larry Grayson, but he's got these things that signify that he's posh because he's got a bow tie and he's got big buck teeth, which all posh people have. We've seen that again and again and again. Posh people have massive buck teeth. But yes, he holds his elbows to his side and he flaps around a lot, doesn't he? That's what
he flaps all over the place.
So he's a kind teacher, and so the kids take advantage of him. So he's soft. So that's what happens. And it's lovely because he says at the start, "Break time, dear children. Make your way to the playground quietly." So he's not ordering them about, he's being nice to them. And of course, the kids being little gits, as many of the kids in this are, take advantage of him. But I thought it was quite sweet. I just really liked it. And the teacher's showing them how to skip. Again, which is it's coded for effeminacy in this period, isn't it? So,
but then it ends up at the end. He ends up whacking one of the kids with his skipping rope.
He does.
Time and time again.
Yes,
tends to negate the rest of the strip.
I know.
I guess that's the joke, is it?
I don't know if that's the joke or not, but it's like going. He's a soft teacher. He's kind of, but he will still beat.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Point taken.
But this was 1984, so corporal punishment in schools was not banned until 1987, so it would still be allowed at this point.
Yeah.
But he looks quite. What do you think? Let's look up. We'll put this on the socials, as we all say. But that picture at the end, is he delighted to be whacking the child, or is he?
I think he is. I think he's quite happy about it.
Yeah.
And in fact, the kids have a newfound respect for him as a result of this. But so I'm not quite sure that that's terribly PC today. But
well, then shall we move on?
He could be Walter's father, couldn't he?
He does look like Walter Toffee's father. Yes, he does.
Do we want to look at this?
Well, there's a
Coronation
street called Coronation Street School. And my question is, and the idea of this is the kids are all younger versions of characters from Coronation Street.
Which is, I suppose, a good idea. But did kids even were they interested in
This
it?
is my question. I mean, I hated Coronation Street.
I never ever watched it apart from when I was around my gran's and she
Yeah.
had to have it on.
I'm in exactly the same position.
Yeah.
And even today, when I hear the music of Coronation
Oh.
Street, on the one hand, my body goes, I'm now expecting some quite thickly cut cheese sandwiches for my tea. And also, oh no, we're going to have to watch half an hour of this rubbish.
Yeah, God, it was old-fashioned in 1984.
And I do understand now. I have friends who loved Coronation Street because they realised it was meant to be funny, which I didn't realise. I just thought it was dreary and awful.
I don't know how funny it's meant to be.
It's meant to be funny, and it was definitely meant to be funny then.
Well, I never got the joke.
I never got the joke. But also, it's really weird because all the kids are of school age, but that is Albert. There's Albert Tatlock there, who left the series in 1980.
So these are all meant to be kids. These are like Coronation Street characters as kids. That's the
Yes.
sort of joke.
But there's Albert Tatlock and Hilda Ogden and Ken Barlow all in the same class. So it's not the Coronation Street characters when they were young.
Oh,
It's a
isn't it?
class. No, it's not because they would be different. They're all different ages. Ken Barlow and Hilda Ogden are not the same age.
But for the purposes of this particular strip, I think they are all meant to be the same.
They are meant to be the same age. So what's got and it's
What's gone
important
wrong?
to
That's the question you're asking.
And
What's
it-
gone wrong in the time space continuum?
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm asking you, John. Because if you look, you'll see the teacher has elbow pads.
He looks
and
like
long
he's
hair
from
and beard.
1974.
Yeah, exactly.
The teacher is from 10 years previously.
Well, I mean, I was at school in the 80s. We had teachers who looked like that then. The premise doesn't stand up, and then they
No.
go to the tuck shop, which is called the Rovers Return Tuck Shop.
Okay,
Is
yeah.
so is the tuck shop selling beer then? Is that happening in there?
It just doesn't. Again, it just doesn't really work.
It doesn't make sense. But yes,
But anyway, it was a comic strip that was
in this comic.
in this comic. We can say that for it,
We can certainly say that.
if nothing else. We have a character here.
Walt Teaser.
He's not exactly a likable
He's
character.
horrible, isn't he? Well, I said, we said earlier there were a lot of little gits, let's say, in this, and he's awful. So Walt,
Yeah.
it's a good name,
Walter Teaser. Is that meant to be a play on words for Malteser?
I believe so. Yes,
In your
believe so.
words, a good name.
I thought it was a good
Okay,
name. I
okay.
like that. He's a rotten little son,
He's a
isn't he?
blooming scamp. He's
Yeah.
awful. He's like he goes around making fun of everybody. Actually, it's fairly realistic. I used to know kids like
Oh,
this
I knew those
when I was at
yeah.
school.
Yeah,
But you don't want a whole comic strip about them and how they're the centre of the whole adventure.
No, and then at the end of it, so he goes around being horrible to kids. So he's I think he's one of these characters where they do horrible things and then they get their come. It's like Fusspot or something. It's one
But
of those.
Hotspot had a certain charisma or
He
a certain
did.
appeal
Indeed.
somehow. I don't know why that was thinking about it.
Well, that's how she ended up being prime minister, isn't it? Really, that's how that
yeah,
happened.
yeah.
So at the end of this story, this Walt Teaser character is taking the mick out of a kid with big feet. And he says, "Oh, you should be in the police, yeah, yeah, because you've got big feet." And then he says, "Oh, my dad's a policeman." So this kid who's been being horrible to everybody and making their lives miserable, then goes bright red and says, "Oh, please swallow me up, ground," because he's mentioned the child has a father who's a policeman. It's like going, well, what?
Yeah.
No, if
Inspiration was waning. No wonder there was only 33 episodes of this comic. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. The whole premise for this comic is a little bit on the limited side, isn't it? I mean, no wonder it only lasted 33 issues.
because he's going to I have to go to school anyway.
And then as soon as you leave school, you immediately want to read a comic that's all about school.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen lots of stories about school within it. Like there's all the boarding school stories,
Yeah.
but maybe those were because the people who are buying these comics, for the most part,
They don't go to boarding school. So there's an element of escapism there.
yeah, exactly.
And, you know, we've seen quite a lot of school-based comics, but they've always done something unusual with it, or they've gone into space, or I don't know, they've gone, you know, they're a bit more imaginative than this lot seem to be. I mean, School Belle, all she does is she's just a schoolgirl that wants to look nice all the time, and there's no particular interest on the reader's part, as far as I can see.
I agree.
Apart from this particular bloke, I can't understand.
Yes.
Some guy wandering past has got a cloud, a black cloud over his head or something.
Again, we are on the same page here. Well, obviously, we're literally on the same page. That's the only thing of note for that. I mean, it looks great. It's drawn by Tom Patterson. He signed it, which many of them have in this. But yeah, well, again, socials. Yeah, this kid. So if you ignore the top of his head,
He looks normal.
he looks normal for a comic, doesn't he? He's got a fairly old-fashioned, slicked-back hairstyle.
Yeah.
If you ignore the bottom of the rest of that bit of his head, well, he's got sort of a quiff. But then put them together, and it's like, as you say, it looks like a cloud has landed upon his head.
You just think, what was the purpose of that?
Tom Patterson, if you're listening, do write in and tell us what you were thinking there. Well, okay, well, Creepy Crawler.
Creepy Crawler, yet again, is another unlikable character who's just really horrible, and he's the main focus of the whole strip.
Yeah,
so another one like that.
He is a Creepy Crawler.
Is this the same guy writing all of these things? It
Maybe
probably
he is.
is.
Maybe he is, yeah. I mean, the big thing for me in this one, so this Creepy Crawler kid, he just spends the whole time grassing up all the other kids who do not beat him up. But at the end, he upsets the teacher by kicking him in the stomach, fair enough, accidentally. And then at the end, the teacher says, "Grr, stand still for a thrashing, boy." A thrashing.
Yeah, that was what used to happen in 1984, as George Orwell will tell you.
That's true. That is probably, you're right, that actually, that's it.
Now, you want to look at this one as well. See, all the ones I
School
want to look at are right at the back, so I'm just going to have to ponder on that.
Gildits. I thought this was really interesting because this is drawn by Frank McDiarmid. Again, we can tell because he signed it.
There's a huge signature on one of the panels here.
And this goes back to the subject matter that's in loads of these. Nazis!
Hooray!
And I think this is such a great idea for a strip. So it's a standard one of, it's a class of kids, but they're in Colditz. Or Schoolditz, which is Colditz for kids. And it's like they haven't just gone, we do it as if they are. No, they are in a German prisoner of war camp.
They are. That's the great thing about the comic form. You can just do whatever you like, do whatever you like, and then there it is.
And they don't explain it. So this seems to be sort of a continuing story.
Yeah.
So and they've basically gone at the top, going, Schoolditz. And you've gone like, I get it. Because some of these we've read, like that weird thing with the weird plastic monsters thing with the big schnozzles and then you have page after there's half the comic is them going, okay,
this is what has happened.
We're
this is the story so far.
I'm going to have to explain this.
But then even when you've read the story so far, it makes no sense.
No, exactly. But here they go, Schoolditz, and go,
we know what that is.
Is that kids in Colditz? Yep, that's it. Goes, fair enough, we're there.
Yeah, we're on board with it straight away, and that's a good writing and good drawing.
And here, and also it's like there's lots of Nazi symbols. So this comic would not legally be available for sale in Germany, and still would not be legally available for sale in Germany. But I think it just shows how much the Second World War was still a part of. Like when we were growing up, there was still so much stories. Hello, Hello was on telly at this point, wasn't it?
The Great Escape was on TV all the time.
So we all understood this sort of stuff.
This is quite a Great Escapey type sort of episode because you've got everyone driving around on sort of strange Nazi scooters and things.
It is. But what I really love about this, so they try and escape. They get a sidecar. So one kid's driving this sidecar, and it gets to the point where the Nazis say stop. And the kid goes, "Oh God, I better stop then," and pulls the brakes because there's a sign telling him to stop. And then the brilliant thing is because he does that, all the other kids who are in the sidecar, it stops and they goes boing, and they all get thrown over the barrier into freedom. But look, two young boys haven't, and in this jolly comedy character, some Nazis point guns at them.
Oh yeah,
it's amazing. That's what happens.
No, I liked it, but you know what I mean. There were loads of things like there was a board game called Escape from Colditz.
Yes, there was. Yeah.
It was a big deal back then.
And the weird thing is, there were people who lived through the Second World War. I mean, our grandparents were very much around at this point.
And
it's like, but you lived through all this, and we go, isn't it funny?
Comedy is tragedy plus time, right, kids?
What an auspicious thing to say.
Yeah, unlike the inauspicious beginning.
Exactly. Well, there we go.
But I don't know. I mean, Frank. Let's give him credit. He always used the comic form to imaginative effect.
He did.
He knew what he was doing.
And he's got things here, so he's actually quite expressive here. For
action-packed.
On the second page, middle tier, there's panels overlapping each other, which is not something we always see in these kind of comics. But he's great. I just think he's brilliant.
A really good one. Then we come to something called ETT, Extraterrestrial Teacher. So I guess 1984, was that the year of E.T., the film? I presume it was.
It was 1981, I think.
81?
Yeah, I think so.
So this is 3 years out of date.
Well, it's using the idea.
Going on.
But it's not like it's not doing E.T., is it?
I don't know, because there are certain things that are similar in a way. Because at the start of this, he's worried about getting taken away by a policeman, and there's a picture of him being experimented on.
I suppose
that's what happens in the E.T. film.
Spoilers if you've not seen the E.T. film.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, we better cut that out. But yeah, I like the idea of it. This is what I mean. It's taking the idea of school and then making it more exciting and imaginative and colourful for a start. It's in full colour, this strip. I like it. It's straightforward enough. You can work out what's going on. You've got a teacher who comes from another planet. he's got brilliant superpowers, like he can levitate a dustbin. Do you remember that? That was a quiz show on television at the time, wasn't it? Levitate a dustbin.
Yeah, nobody ever won that, did
It
they?
was Ted Rogers, wasn't it? Yeah, I thought it was fun and it was engaging.
Looks gorgeous, doesn't it?
There's not a lot of information on the internet about this particular strip. Would you believe it?
Surprised me.
Nothing at all about extraterrestrial teacher. I was trying to find out because it starts. It says, one wet morning, sigh. Snivelly the sneak has found out that I'm an alien. If he tells his Uncle Gridley, I'm sunk. No information whatsoever on the internet about Uncle Gridley.
But Uncle Gridley turns up at the end, doesn't he?
He does, but I didn't know what his relationship was to ETT himself. I was trying to find out more about it.
It's like,
Is he a school teacher?
I don't.
I think he is, actually. If you look at the socials, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be able to find out.
My analysis of this, I think what it is that Uncle Gridley works. At the start, the extraterrestrial teacher imagines himself being arrested, and we can see here, there's Uncle Gridley
So what,
and
what
Snivelly.
So what are you saying is?
Well, he might be a police informer, or he might be something to do with immigration, because at the end, he's going to tell somebody his work, isn't he?
Which is the school, isn't it? He's going to the school. He's part of the school. It does get a bit confusing. This is why I was looking things up on the internet, or just looking for some sort of confirmation.
Yes.
That he might have been a teacher, he might have been in the police, I don't know.
Yeah.
If anyone listening knows more about Uncle Gridley, this is, I sound like Shaw Taylor now, then do get in touch on our usual number.
And remember, don't have nightmares.
Keep them peeled.
Keep them peeled.
That's Newsnight, isn't it, you're thinking of? Something like the Crime Watch.
Crime Watch.
One of those brilliant old-fashioned shows.
I think it looks lovely. I think
it looks great. The art is great, and it was just, it's got water.
It makes a lot of use of the colour, doesn't it? Because the water is painted in. It looks great. Also, I thought it's surprisingly emotional. I found this strip.
Yeah,
so I really felt for him, because it's like he's really trying hard to fit in. And it's like this, and it's like, in a weird way, it's like very 2025, this story, because it's about an illegal immigrant who is here and he's helping people and he just wants to fit in. And you're going, oh, this sort of seems like quite now, doesn't it? Donald Trump would have this guy arrested and various other people, and he's a nice guy.
Yeah, so the story's quite intriguing and quite engaging and inventive, and I'd like to know more about it. I'd like to read the other ones.
I would say Rebellion, if you're listening.
Yeah, let's see. ETT.
ETT, the collected edition. This would work for now.
Then we get to the reader interaction section, which, as you know, I'm completely obsessed with. I quite like the way they did it. Because in the table of contents, it refers to the readers writing in as readers' homework.
Yeah.
Which I liked. And then when you actually look at the page, it says lines.
This is readers' punishment.
So this is quite nicely done. There are all sorts of fairly bland letters, having said that.
I just thought there's one here from Jolanta Stencil. Jolanta Stencil. That must be an Is that a real name?
False name.
But it could be a false name, because she's hot. She says, "Dear Skull Thumb, while I was sitting in a French lesson in the first year, the teacher asked us what was French for chips. One boy shouted out of the back of the class, 'French fries.' What an idiot."
Well, thank you, creepy crawler.
Yeah, maybe this is it. Maybe it's attracting kids like Jolanta Stencil of London. Yes, that's me. I like this sort of children, and I will read their adventures. It's like, ugh.
But clearly not many people were writing in by this stage.
No, there's only 4 letters, isn't there?
Yeah, and a terrible drawing, I'm sorry to say. It's just a pointless drawing. It must have been the only one sent in this week.
It must be, by Martin Phillipson of Bednall. He's drawn a terrible
Martin!
It's rubbish.
What do you think you're doing?
And the Ed says, "Your drawing certainly isn't flat. That's for sure, Martin." No, it's rubbish.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Do better next time. See me afterwards. Okay, now we come to something called Grange Hill Juniors. So I guess at this point, Grange Hill was at the height of its popularity, which is about 7'3", I believe.
Yeah, that was very cool. Well, they had a growth spurt, didn't they? One of those kids.
I mean, did you watch Grange Hill? I mean, if you were a kid in that time, you had to watch. There was, no getting away from it.
And it's because my nan, I wasn't around to watch my nans, because one of my nans was a teacher.
Oh, she didn't like it.
Hated Grange Hill. Hated Grange Hill.
Well, the thing about it is, I started watching it again recently,
right,
for nostalgic sort of purposes, and it really brought it back. It brought it all back. How awful a lot of school was.
Yeah.
Sometimes you look back on these things with rose-tinted glasses, as I'm wearing today. But then you think, oh my God, yeah, that used to happen, and that was what it was like.
Yeah.
So, but you say teachers generally weren't.
Yeah, they hated it because it was like.
It was real.
Yeah, it was grim, wasn't it? That's
really grim, really edgy, and I would say some of the actors in it and actresses were really, really good. I mean, they're excellent. Looking at it today, you can't believe how good some of the performances were. I mean, from some of the people in this comic strip, actually, like the girl who played Annette was really, really good.
Right.
A lot of them were really cool, really good actors.
But this is it, because it was realistic, wasn't it? I think we remember it. And I think that's why teachers hated it, because it wasn't making a rosy picture of school.
No.
This was awful. Yeah, I can't. Did a week ever go by when a child didn't drown at the bottom of the swimming pool? It was always that.
I mean, that is shocking to watch that today. Even.
Danny, what was his name?
Oh, it wasn't Danny Kendall.
It wasn't Danny.
It was some other geezer who just turned up in a couple of episodes beforehand, and then they got rid of him.
Wearing a red shirt, was he? And they said,
he was a sort of Star Trek type one. But the
this
thing, this strip here has got Jonah in it. It's got Zamo in it.
Yeah.
Faye and Annette, who are all big sort of stars of the show. This
it's called Greensill Junior, so it's not like. I mean, I think this stands as a real contrast to the Coronation Street one, which was bonkers. And this is called. It's not them at a younger age. It's called Greensill Juniors because it's the younger kids in Greensill, and it looks fabulous, doesn't it?
It looks good,
gorgeous.
It's more of a sort of drama strip.
Yeah,
it's not taking the mickey out of it. It's sort of just taking the story and just going with it and taking the characters and investing in them.
Yeah, and there's the way the kids talk to each other. It's like kids talk to each other. It's this sort of banter that's going back between them. They're being mean to each other, but not in a very mean way. I just thought this was gorgeous.
Yeah, and Greensill around this time, was really excellent stuff. I mean, I'll never forget the episode where Baxter smacked one of the teachers in the face. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that. I remember Bullet Baxter because he was always, when we go and see a play with school, Bullet Baxter would always be in it.
Right. And he ended up playing one of the Irishmen in 40 Towers, but let's ponder on that another time. But yeah, Greensill Junior. So I thought it was nicely told and well paced and everything, and pretty funny and pretty edgy.
But I just wanted to talk about it because it looks great. I mean, the artwork is by Brian Delaney. And it just looks gorgeous. The kids look like the kids in there's a picture of Zamo where it's like, it's so Zamo, you couldn't fail to recognise it. Yeah. But then it's also dynamic, things are going on, it's lovely.
Oh no, what's happened to Jonah? He's died. Things like that. So yeah, we really enjoyed that. Now we come to the Gasworks gang. I reckon this is Frank McDiarmid again. There's no signature. There's 10 feet signature, but
so he drew this because this appeared in
Core. This is a reprint.
Do you think this is a reprint?
I think it is.
I think it must be. Yeah, but I don't know if this is drawn by him. But I'm willing to be. Let's wait till Lou Stringer listens to this episode.
I've got a bit of information about the Gasworks gang.
Have you?
Yeah. The Gasworks gang was a traditional British classroom comedy strip. The gang was 6 schoolboys: Boss, Tub, Dozy, Nosy, Brains and Titch. Not Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mick and Titch, but similar. Who made their teacher's life a misery. The Teach was a dangerous looking bloke who lived with his mum.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, illustrated by Frank McDiarmid, and some of them were like little serials and some of them weren't.
They were, yes, because the one we were before was a serial, wasn't it?
It was.
They something, yeah.
They went to the Antarctic or something. What I like about it is, again, he's using the panel to full effect. I mean, there's really fun things going on. It's very, very sort of visual. They're having a cookery class, these stupid kids. One of them's permanently asleep, by the way, in every panel.
Would that be Dozy?
I think it could be Beaky. So they chuck all this stuff into an oven and try and bake something, and then they put too much yeast in. The oven explodes and it all comes pouring out, and they end up floating around on this sea of goo, and the headmaster's not very pleased with it. It just looks spectacular.
Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it? Yeah,
it's really good. Just the sort of thing a kid would like.
And it's got some really nice old-fashioned comics things in, like they get a guest comes in to teach them how to cook. Where is the guest working? The Hotel de Posh.
I mean, only in Film Fun there was the Café de Posh. Do you think it's the same chain?
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's expanded. Yeah.
So that was another trope that we like looking at.
Probably normally the Hotel de Posh would appear at the end of the strip because that's where you go for a slap up feed.
But so not here.
Not here. It's near the start of it. Yeah.
They've inverted it. But yeah, the teacher looks like a right thug in this, doesn't he?
You mention it. Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
You wouldn't want to go within a mile of him. But yeah, I just thought it was a really fun strip, and I can't really tell much about any of the characters here, but they all sort of blend into one, really. But he was obviously making a good effort to provide something fun and entertaining for all the family. Then you've got some more reader interactions, so let's have a look at that. Top class comics it's got. So This is like, looked at it and I thought, jokes submitted by 30 people. That's a lot of readers
Yeah.
who've read them this week. No, it's
No.
one classroom.
Yeah, so they go
One
to
class.
they go to a class, and that class does the paint, which is a brilliant idea.
It's a great idea because that ties in with the school theme,
Yeah,
gets all the class involved, and they'll see all their terrible jokes in print.
it is.
I mean, it does just look like a page out of an old joke book.
Yes,
They haven't exactly gone out of their way to think of anything interesting.
There's not many good jokes.
Very, very old jokes, but nevertheless, they've won £25 for their class and an individual prize each. Who knows what happens?
Who knows? And I like the fact that all the kids it appears to be illustrated by our old friend, it's Terry Babe.
Oh, yeah.
And there are
That's getting
children of
missing.
colour in here. We're moving with the times. It's
Like they were when we looked at Crazy Comic.
That's
The
true.
Crazy
That's
Gang.
true,
Things like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I don't think there are any elsewhere, but yeah, in here.
But I mean, actually thinking about that, when I was looking at the Gasworks going, it's all blokes.
Yeah, it's all boys, isn't it? Yeah.
Suddenly, that seems odd.
It does, doesn't it?
In
Yeah.
2025, you think, that wouldn't happen now.
You would. It's a lovely idea. Terrible. Like this one here. So let's do this joke.
The jokes are just sub-joke level.
Here we go.
These are sub-lollipop level.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Hanger.
It's not even a name.
That's not even a name. It's not a name, is it?
I mean, I might as well just say knock, knock.
Who's there?
Wall.
Wall who?
Wall has fallen down.
Yeah,
Same sort of thing.
that was the same thing. But yeah.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you in your full flow
I
of doing
think
the joke.
I think it's the best. I don't think we need to get
Maybe I could do.
No, don't do that.
I won't do that. So anyway, £25 for you there, Mark.
Thanks, John. Much appreciated.
That's the most we've earned out of this podcast.
And then bringing us to a close, you want to speak about young Arthur.
Well, yeah. I mean, what can I say about young Arthur that will get in the podcast?
Can I have a question about young Arthur?
You can ask me anything you know. I think I know what you're going to ask.
Is it meant to be Arthur Daly?
It is meant to be Arthur Daly.
Is it meant to be Arthur Daly?
Well, yeah. He's basically a spiv. This young.
Yes,
boy.
he is a bit. Yes.
So you sort of think he's Arthur Daly. I guess Minder was big at this point.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
Where's Terry?
Where's Terry? Where's Terry McCann? Where's Dennis Waterman?
Where's his little hat? Where's the earring doors?
He doesn't look anything like George Carl, does he?
Hence my question to you.
Is it?
There's one thing, he's a bit of an Arthur Daly-esque character.
Maybe you don't need to know that.
Maybe
to
you
understand. I didn't notice I didn't say to like, but to understand strip.
Uh-huh.
Because I mean, this strip,
Yeah.
I think it's the worst page in the whole of the comic.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you why. Because there's no action.
No, it's just talking.
All it is some people talking.
That's true.
For the whole page.
That is very true.
Nothing. There's not like an oven exploding and people sailing around on goo.
All household appliances remain intact in this strip.
Yeah. So all it is some people talking, and then it's not even a very good story or joke or anything.
Well, it's odd, isn't it? Because we're used to reading strips about kids at school, and they're trying to get out stuff. That's all you ever do, isn't it? I'm trying to get out of stuff.
That's what Arthur Daly does, tries to get out.
Exactly, yeah. And then he's trying to get extra responsibility for running the tuck shop.
I mean, is he trying to do that because... he's trying to do that because somebody says, could you imagine what a job that would be, Arthur? Leaving lessons early to open up, all that nosh. So that's why he wants to do it.
But you don't get any nosh, and you have to work through break time.
Yeah, maybe he hasn't really thought it through.
I don't think he's thought it through.
But another reason I was attracted to this particular page, can you see who it's signed by?
I can see who it's signed by.
Dredge.
Now
that wasn't me because I was only 14.
Wasn't it you?
It was. So there's a cartoonist called Pete Dredge, who I've always been aware of because he does a lot of work with Private Eye and things like that. But here we see him struggling with young Arthur, in my opinion.
Well, next time you have a family get together, say, "Oi, Peter."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the comic ends as it started, in my opinion.
Yeah, in a kind of like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, in a sort of we can't really be bothered with it anymore sort of way.
It's like they've been like, well, in 6 months we want to have another comic to be consumed by Buster.
Yeah, this is all going into Buster anyway, so don't worry about it. So yeah, I didn't really feel it overall. I found it was, I'll take 5 out of 10 for this comic.
So I would say apologies to Neil Myland.
Who's the? Oh yeah,
he was only 11 years old.
Well, maybe if you were 11 years old in 1984, it would have been absolutely brilliant.
But he's still 11 years old in 2025, isn't he? So it'll be fine. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
But we didn't engage with it in quite the same way.
No, the concept of it obviously didn't really work.
It's a stupid concept
from the get-go.
Because it's like getting monsters. Yeah, I can have fun.
Have some monsters.
Yeah, film fun. Films are fun.
TV and film.
Yeah. TV fun would have been all right.
Yeah, TV comic, we like that.
We like that.
The equivalent of it would have been like going home after school, watching TV, and all the programs have just been about school.
Yeah.
Which didn't really happen very often.
No. I mean, it's like us going home going, oh, let's watch
The Office.
Yeah.
but nothing else ever.
No. Well, you can watch the American Office.
Oh.
You can watch the British Office.
No,
You can watch that. Oh, sorry. Well, I would say the American Office is much better than the British
I
Office.
mean, we like it. I mean, we liked Grange Hill at the time. That was all about school.
That was all about school, yeah.
But, that was half an hour. Then you could go on to other things. You would
Indeed.
watch Scooby-Doo or something.
Yeah.
Sadly, it's not in here. Yeah, so overall,
Well,
Stevie afterwards.
Yeah,
Stevie afterwards.
yes.
Red pen, 4 out of 10. Oh, it's gone down in estimation. Yeah.
Yes, well, there we go. Well, let's hope for better luck next week.
I'm sure we'll have better luck next week.
Now, all that remains.
What have we got?
What have we got next week? We're going to be reading another comic I'd never heard of, Giggle.
Oh, that sounds like much better. That sounds much better.
Well, anything. A giggle does sound better than school fun.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
exactly.
So there we go. That's for you, John. There we go.
Lovely. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. This looks like a good laugh. Jolly good, eh?
Yes, so apologies to everybody for that we didn't enjoy school fun.
Yeah,
you
sorry
can't
about
win
that.
them all. You can't win them all.
No, and but don't worry because Giggle's coming up. I'm sure that'll be a feast of fun. And that's it then, ladies and gentlemen. And so until next time, from all of us here, a very good night to you.
And a very good morning from me.
I think your watch is wrong.